Hello, and welcome to another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. This week, we watched the August 11th, 1997 edition of Raw is War, and the match card is as follows. In our opening contest, we had Road Warrior Hawk taking on Henry Godwin in a country whipping match. In our next match, we had Scott Putski taking on Tony Williams in a light heavyweight division match. Flash Funk takes on Brian Pillman in a dress. Ken Shamrock and the Patriot take on the Hart Foundation, Owen, Hart, and the British Bulldog. Farouk takes on Chains, and in our main event, Shawn Michaels takes on Mankind.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone. This is Kelsey. She is the new and new to wrestling. I am Xavier. I am not so new. And happy Halloween. Because this episode is actually coming out on Halloween.
Obsessed, actually.
So I have channeled our current WWF champion, Bret the Hitman Hart. And Kelsey is channeling the one, the only, the multiple personalities, Dude Love.
Yeah, I was just saying to Xavier, I was like, why is this just how I dress every day? Like,
this
honestly,
is just
it's really
not, it's not too far off, I'm not gonna lie. Not
like, I was like,
far
wait. I was like, this is what I look like going to work.
No, 100%. So before we kick things off in true Bret Hart fashion, I'd like us all to rise for wherever you are. Place your hand over your heart for the greatest nation in the world, the Canadian National Anthem. Thank you all for listening. Thank you. I figure if Bret Hart can make us do it every week on television, I can make you do it once during the podcast.
And Canada thanks you for your service.
I can't see in these, so they're gonna come off.
Yeah, I don't know how long mine will last either, just because they're so dark. I can't see.
Like, it's already
so
10 p.m. and just
I don't know where my children are, by the way.
No, not at all.
Not a clue.
I apologize for anybody that's not a fan of chest hair. You will be getting a lot of it in this one.
I know the way we've slandered Miguel from the Marines, and then you come in and you're like
fuzzy robot, and I'm out here just like, hey.
Obsessed.
Oh, all right. Yo, having hair way hotter than I thought it was going to be. Not gonna lie.
As if you're bald, though.
No, like, but I don't have long hair.
This is true.
It's
but
like
it's like an accessory, though, because you had it on for 2 seconds and you're already doing this.
Well, I mean, it's the power of the wig, the wiggetry.
Yeah, wigonomics, as you all know. Obsessed.
Forgive me if you hear me stop and cough a lot. I'm getting over an illness, so you'll just have to bear with me. But let's get into this one because so much happened. So
I
much
did not
happened.
expect so much lore like to just appear suddenly. I was like, here we are sitting down for another episode of Monday Night Raw, and this is like literally the roots of some of the most iconic moments of the Attitude Era just forming right before our eyes. And I was like,
No,
what? I
100%.
was
That's
like, wait a minute.
exactly what
On
was going on.
August 11, 1997, shit got real.
Shit got so real.
And they didn't
So,
even know yet.
uh,
Crazy.
so the episode begins with a recap from SummerSlam, as well as the previous week on Raw, goes into Bret Hart winning the title, Shawn Michaels' involvement as the special guest referee, Commissioner Slaughter's entrance into the WWF, and just kind of how he's been throwing his weight around in this situation. Um, that leads us to our first segment, which is a Heartbreak Kid interview with Jim Ross. Love to see it. Love to
Hmm.
see it. Um, he he being Jim Ross asked Shawn Michaels about his main event match with Mankind. He basically is like, nobody in the WF even told me about it. I had to find out on TV like everybody else. There were lots of shots at upper management in this promo, lots of digs at Vince. But he's like, let's go back. Because the WWF officials had asked me to do a job, and I did that job.
Which I agree with.
Mhm. And so he goes, if the WWF doesn't want to take any responsibility and just wants to dump it all in my lap, well, I'll just have you know that Shawn Michaels has had plenty in his lap before. And we were
Oh,
like, oh, okay. I mean, like, I
period.
know it's true, but to say it is something completely different.
I
Um,
swear. I mean, the way he comes out shucking and jiving and gyrating those hips, I mean, something's going on with that lap.
something's going on. Something's going on.
Something's going on with that lap.
The Sean gets a little distracted by some members of the audience who start a Sean is gay chant really loudly,
There was
very
like a sect, like right
mm-hmm,
behind the announce table. There was like a decent pocket of people who were like really on the Sean is gay slash I hate Sean. There was
mm-hmm.
a sign that said Sean is a bitch, and they were all in like one area.
Yeah,
Like
they
I don't
planned
know.
it. They got
I
together.
don't, yeah. And there was at least like 20 of them. Like it was like a huge section allocated to people who just hate
I
him.
know that email chain must have been crazy.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
um Sean addresses them and he goes, why don't you ask your sister and your mama just how gay Shawn Michaels is? Ooh,
Boop
ooh, love to see
and
it.
boop. And I love that because
Mm-hmm.
it's so crazy how pissed off that makes men.
Really does.
When you're
Really
like,
does.
when you say like, oh, well, ask your dad. Oh,
Right. Oh,
forget it. Forget
oh,
it.
it's
Oh.
fine. Um, Shawn Michaels invites the Undertaker to come down and make sure he's watching because he basically uses the transitive property like to explain. He's like, I beat mankind, mankind beats you, therefore I beat you. And you're like,
Yes.
oh, sick. All right, love that.
Thank you.
Um, a little math lesson. Who knew? Um,
Love.
basically he goes on to address our new commissioner, Sergeant Slaughter, and he's like, if you stick your chin in my business, we're gonna have some problems. And then of course Sergeant Slaughter comes out because that's what he do. And he's like, I know you don't want my chin in your business, but the chin's in your business.
Here
That's
comes the Crimson Chin, honey.
no,
He's in
literally,
there.
here comes the
The
Crimson
Crimson
Chin.
Chin, which I will say I know he uses OxyClean on that shirt. That was the whitest shirt I've ever seen.
Mm,
Crisp, white, not like so bright. It was luminous. I actually took
mm.
my breath away. I was like, who is laundering Sergeant Slaughter's
Oh,
clothes?
honestly, because they need a raise.
Swear.
Um, Sean is, of course, being the absolute menace that he is, and is getting right in Commissioner Slaughter's face and just making faces the whole time, just
Yeah,
being a
like
brat, just sticking out his chin, pretending that Sergeant Slaughter's just spitting all over his face and like wiping it off. Basically, Sean's not interested in authority. Is the gist of this promo? Is what I'm getting. He's
which we knew.
right. Um, next, we get like a quick cutaway to the Road Warriors who are backstage with a leather strap just beating barrels, just whipping barrels and screaming. It was so wild. It was 2.5 seconds long, but it was so jarring.
It was so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Uh,
also was like, hmm,
right, I get it.
good to know
Um,
you have that skill. I don't know.
might come up. I don't know. So the British Bulldog and Owen Hart joined the commentary team for this next match because it is announced that there will be a fatal four-way tag tag team match, excuse me, for the tag team champions, currently held by Dude Love and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So in that match, it will be essentially the two teams involved. So the Legion of Doom and the Godwins, as well as Owen and the Bulldog, and then the tag team champions. It'll be an elimination tag team match. It's probably the first one I think we've seen in this kind of scenario, or at least the first time that it's being the tag team championships are being defended in that kind of match. So really the tag team champions have zero advantage because uh any one of them could lose. So love to see it. This
Mm-hmm.
match was less of a match and just two grown men beating each other with leather belts.
Very strange.
Right.
Very, very
Because
strange.
I didn't really know what like a whipping match was gonna like country whipping match was gonna involve. Turns out they just have to beat each other with a leather strap until one of them gets
Falls
kicked out of the
out.
ring. Yeah.
Right. And it was like there's no disqualifications, there's no count outs, there's no like nothing except you
Hmm.
just have to beat someone to death with a leather belt and roll them out of the ring.
Right.
Um Interesting. I don't know. Like
Interesting.
I like the
Interesting. Interesting.
idea of it's giving like they wanted to do something like Caribbean strap match but couldn't get something that creative. Love a
Right.
Caribbean strap match. But
That was
like
great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know what this was. It was very strange. And then like the match ended not with the stipulation of how the match has to end.
Right. Very weird.
This
Very
is very
weird.
bizarre. This is very bizarre.
So yeah, at one point Phineas comes over, who's Phineas, not a participant in the match, runs over to Animal, the other not participant in this match, hits him in the head with a bucket. Phineas then jumps in the ring and just starts like wailing on Hawk. And then, of course, Animal comes in with the bucket and just starts wailing on everybody else. And then essentially knocks out Henry Godwin out of the ring with the bucket. So not only did he not get knocked out by the leather strap, he was not even knocked out by the correct person. And they still called the match.
Yeah, very strange. Very strange first foray into a leather strap or a country whipping match or whatever. I
Yeah,
really don't
definitely not
know.
one we're gonna like remember or see again, I don't think.
No.
Um Next we have Scott Putski taking on Tony Williams. And I say that generously because
Oh
they were
my
not the
God.
point of this match. That like this segment was supposed to be their match, was not about their match.
Not at all.
Um So Goldust and Marlena make their way out, and we're like, "Oh, that's confusing. They're not in this
Very
division
random.
whatsoever."
Yeah.
Marlena looked amazing. She looked
Amazing.
so
She
good.
was
She had
almost
that.
wearing like a gold chainmail kind of, but it wasn't chainmail. I don't know. She
It,
just looked incredible.
yeah, the dress was on point today. And essentially, they come out on commentary, and Goldust is like, "We have the greatest Shattered Dreams production for you." And then they're just like, "Roll it." And it's just Brian Pillman in his locker room fuming over having to wear this dress. And yeah, it's
They basically just put a hidden camera in his locker room, which is so funny because it's like directed by Marlena. And I was like, girl, no one is directing this. This is literally just security cam
no,
footage. Like
literally,
I
this is CCTV, and I don't know why.
oh my God, they literally just like Velcroed a camera to the ceiling of or the corner of his
Yeah, their
locker room. And
golden
it was just
handy cam, which I don't want to know its other uses, just saying.
no, 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 not the handy cam. But yeah, it was like just Brian like it was a short story, one man versus a dress, and the dress was just a slip on. I don't know why they
He
like
struggled so hard.
he had leather lace belts, buckles, a corset, stays. Like I don't know why,
Mm. It
but
was
it
it was a
was
mess.
him versus that gold slip-on dress and his demons,
Yeah,
and the
and see,
demons
which
and the
would be
dress
like,
one
fine if this was just like an in between the match segment, but no, the
during.
entirety of the match was a split screen in which Brian Pillman changing was the larger of the two
I was gonna
split
say split
screens.
screen was generous. It was like this was the screen for Brian Pillman, and then it was like this was the actual match.
No, 100%. Oh,
So
I
much
do have a note
smaller.
before we get too far away that says Scott Putski looks like he frequently falls asleep in tanning beds. Um, um, that
That would
man is
also explain his hair. I'm so sorry. It's
it's
so crisp.
yeah,
It's
he
so
just
crispy.
yeah. He just he's just a, like an unnatural color for somebody that's Polish. Like you're very,
Right.
very, very, very tan.
And
Like
right. And I don't judge anybody for getting a little tan. I mean, do what you
a
gotta
little
do. But
tan.
he's
You looking like the
crisp.
moms of East Hanover, let me tell you.
Oh, he came right for the towns. We're naming towns. We're naming them. I wasn't gonna say it, though I did think it.
No,
I was gonna
100%.
say I we grew up around this type of culture.
Oh, yes, Jim Tan
GTL, but
Laundry. Yeah.
yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
Hate it. And you know what? I already brought up laundry before earlier,
Oh, I mean,
talking so it really isn't embedded in my bloodstream.
and JR has a comment that was plucked straight out of like 12-year-old Xavier's brain where he goes, seeing Pillman in his underwear, that's exciting. And you're like
We were like, JR. He
I was
goes,
like,
ooh.
JR,
But he also said, oh, seeing Brian Pillman in his underwear for the first time. That's exciting.
right.
We were
No,
like,
literally. I was like,
put it
get
away,
out of my
JR.
brain. Get out of my
Get
brain.
out
I
of
don't like
here.
that. I don't like that not one bit. So Scott Putski wins with the Polish hammer. I wish I could tell you what else happened in the match, but I don't know. Quite frankly,
I
I
think I
literally don't
literally
know.
wrote Scott Punske wins, but I didn't watch a single moment, honestly. I'm sorry.
No,
That's
yeah,
literally what I wrote.
apologize to this man.
I'm so sorry. Sorry to this man. I really don't know what happened.
No, no, fully. Sergeant Slaughter comes down and kind of addresses Goldust and Marlena for their chicanery and is like, you got to get out of here. Like, you can't be doing this.
He said, this is actually illegal. Like you can't
Right.
put a
No,
camera in a locker room.
no,
That's
100%.
fully a no.
There are like whole like prison blocks dedicated to this
To
crime. Like,
you. Yeah, so you
um,
can't. You're lucky you got off with a little on the wrist, a little
no,
slap on the wrist,
100%.
let
100%. He
alone
just said, get out of here. That's weird.
said, you
Um,
kids, get out of here.
No, 100%. Next, we are absolutely treated to a Undertaker promo. It's a quick one. He basically
Mm.
addresses Shawn Michaels' invitation. He's like, "Oh, don't you worry. I will be watching. Don't you fret." And he says about your like insurance policy, you're not gonna really need one other than other than burial insurance. And I was like, okay, love to see it.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Me,
So
the fuck if I know.
life
I have no
insurance, yeah,
idea.
swear, life insurance, like car insurance,
Burial insurance?
burial
Because
insurance. Didn't know about her. If she's real, we learn something new every day. If
no,
she's
I fully
not,
just plan on being somebody else's problem, so I have no idea. Like,
girl, I'll be dead. What do I know?
like what? Burn it. I don't care. Like,
Whatever, a tree, a casket, ashes, that's your
mhm.
business. I won't be here.
No, 100%. So next, our next match is Flash Funk taking on Brian Pillman. Brian Pillman, of course, is in a little golden number. Um, Vince on commentary is like, that's quite an attractive gown. And I'm like,
Like,
what are you saying? Like, can we not?
the, I will say they were a little less like I don't want to say homophobic about it this
Yeah.
time,
Yeah, yeah,
but they
yeah, yeah.
were. Like they were like, what a beautiful evening gown or whatever it was.
No,
Or and I
yeah.
was like, all right,
All
well,
right, cool.
weird flex, but okay. Like
No, no,
just
exactly. Um, so Sergeant Slaughter, we get another split screen kind of moment. Um, he actually like announces the tag team match, like officially that's going to
yeah.
be taking place. I have a note that says moonsault knees. Oh, so Flash Funk goes and does one of these like stunning moonsaults, which is
Yeah.
countered by Brian Pillman. Really only one of the only highlights of the match that have written down,
Me
because
too.
Goldust and Marlena make their way back out. They stand on the top of the
So
entrance
amazing.
ramp. Goldust got his little popcorn. He lays down. He's like, "Hey, by the way, check it out." And then they start playing the movie again.
But the way Marlena, okay, this is what I love about Goldust and Marlena so much. First of all, the theatrics, duh. Second, the way that Goldust constantly like elevates Marlena, like in the sense that he like laid down and like had his popcorn and was like, behold. And Marlena, so amazing, turned around and just with like a perfect V, like did like this, like at
Hmm.
the screen so that it was like, and then it started playing. I was
It's
like, the way
amazing.
he just exalts her, it was like, no, no, this is her show, this is her production. I'm just here to watch and
No,
enjoy
100%.
the fruits of her labor,
Love
which
to see
is,
it.
I know he put that camera up though, because she can't reach that.
No, she can't reach that
She
there. She
is maybe 5'2",
m max.
max 5'4", but I'm thinking 5'2". But
Hmm.
I just love that so much. The theatrics of her making like a perfect V, like she just like stuck the landing in the
No, fully.
Olympics to
No, she did.
present Brian Pillman. Yes, to present just Brian Pillman in a locker room,
No,
like
I
getting
love it.
naked is so incredible.
No,
Obsessed.
I live for it. So amazing.
Obsessed.
So while that's going on, of course, Brian Pillman is absolutely distracted. Flash Funk manages to roll him up for a quick pin. He gets the 1, 2, 3, and Brian Pillman's got to wear that dress again. Gotta wear it
They
next week.
they are really just
Milking this one.
woof,
Yeah, part of
my
me is like,
boy.
did he do something wrong and he's
No,
being
I was
punished? Like,
literally thinking that. Like, is
because
he
that feels
eating?
very Vince, but I don't know.
It feels, especially when Vince with the that's a beautiful gown. It's like
Yeah.
you are enjoying this a little too much, Vince.
Oh, this is definitely
Something is
for
something is
Vince's
afoot.
ha-has. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, next, unfortunately, we get a replay of Stone Cold's injury from SummerSlam from
Why?
every vantage point, from
With the
every.
necks.
No, fully. I
You
could
people with the
recreate the movie
necks.
like what's the movie? Crash with like all the like it's like 8 different characters' vantage points of the same car accident. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
No, swear. With the neck, and it's always with the neck breaking because any other injury we don't see nearly as much as this. But
Not
Henry
once.
Godwin and Stone Cold, we are going to watch your
And
necks
and
break.
Billy Gunn also.
And dude, Billy Gunn's crazy.
Right.
And we saw that in slow mo from below, from above, from the side. I just
100%.
with the
I
necks.
half expected to get like a POV cam from like
Body.
yeah, literally. I was like, this is nuts. This is
No,
crazy.
no, not the body cam.
like,
Oh my
like
God.
nowadays they have the refs wear cameras.
That I love. That I
Mhm.
can get
The
into. I
ref,
think that's
yeah, they have
funny.
it's really new, but they're trying it out. I kind of like
I
it.
would love to see body cam on Earl when he yanks Triple H's hair. Like just the yoink. Like
No,
that would be
literally just
so funny.
so good. Oh my God. So love to see it. Uh,
Obsessed.
next, we get a Dude Love interview with Vince in the middle of the ring. Love to see it. Dude's got groupies again.
Hey.
He's so funny.
Love
I
this man.
just can't get over how drastically different these two characters like could not be more different. And
Yep.
yet I believe in both of them. like I
Absolutely.
no, like
It's so crazy.
I don't bat an eye. I don't think about it. I'm just like, yeah, 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 yeah. That's Dude Love. Yeah,
He should have
100%.
like acted in movies. Like he really has the way he can just get into a character is so great. Like he's literally Dude Love in this interview right now, and then he wrestles as Mankind later, and I truly believe they're two different people.
No, fully. I'm like, yeah, totally. Um, so he starts the promo off. He's like, "Can you feel it?" And you're like, "What?" He's like, "The groove, Vinny." And you're
That's
like,
the
"Oh,
groove, Vinny. So funny.
so ridiculous."
I
He
love it.
basically assures us that Stone Cold will be back soon. I guess because he will be defending the tag team titles in September. So I guess we'll only have to wait a little bit of like a month, till we get to see Stone Cold in action again. I have another that just says this promo is amazing.
It's so
It's
good.
so good.
It somehow like hits every point while also he's just like I don't know, brother, like like I don't know
So
how to
good.
even describe it, but I just am like that's dude love. I don't know.
No, 100%. And he goes and addresses the Godwins. He's like, those cats wouldn't know hip if they were smoking it. And you're like, I don't know what that
Uh,
means, but I'm here. Like,
but I understand.
no,
I
one
don't quite know what it means, but I'm clocked in.
no, 100%. And then he goes on to address, excuse me, Shawn Michaels, and um, he's like, I know he can rock and roll with the best of them. And then that's when Shawn Michaels like appears on the screen and he's like, will you shut up? He's like, you are not me. You're barely even you. So like,
Obsessed.
what is this?
I love that line of like, you're not me, you're not even you, which is so funny. Because I love that Shawn Michaels thing was like, is anyone else going to mention how weird this is?
Right.
That he
He goes,
is three different people?
no,
Like,
fully.
because everyone is acting so normal, and I'm just wondering who is gonna slap the taste out of his mouth so he remembers which person he is. Like,
No, fully.
I
I
was
love that.
obsessed with that because I was like, it's so true. It's like, is anyone?
Is anyone else seeing? Is
They're
this
just like,
mic
oh look,
on? Like,
swear.
hello?
They're all like, look, it's Dude Love. Oh, love that guy, and he's like, hello, like that's not the same man.
No,
Like,
I love
I
that. It's
love
very
that.
Deadpool of him to just break the wall
Yeah,
and just be
break the
like,
fourth wall and be
he's
like,
like,
oh,
y'all see this. Y'all understand that this isn't not
who
normal,
who's
right?
gonna hit him? I will. I'm just wondering if someone else is gonna do it before me, but I'll do it. I'm
No,
just wondering what's happening.
no, fully.
So
And then
great.
dude closes it out with some trademark dances and some groupies. Love to see it. They definitely told those girls they had to wear pants this week.
No,
Both of them were in
100%. They were
shorts.
in the shorty shorts.
They said no more just whole puss for the national audience. We cannot do that anymore. That was
I
crazy.
swear. And I know
Um,
it'll take a sharp 180 and someone will be like only whole puss, but
no,
for
no,
right now, they said shorts,
yeah.
pants,
They
closed.
said
This
please.
shut down for business for the time being.
Yes. So next we have Owen Hart and the Bulldog taking on the Patriot and what is his mystery partner. We get like a backstage segment where it's just like there's lots of like over the shoulder shots today.
This episode and like get out of here with
Yeah,
the
like
there was at least
the,
3 instances where we are like, hey, get that camera out of
it's really
here.
crazy that all these people working on a TV show don't want to be on TV. And
Boop boop. And also all this, get that camera out of here, except out of Brian Pillman's locker room.
no, 100%. They said don't film me. There's clearly more juicy stuff happening over
Yeah, like no. Just put the camera over there.
Oh, crazy. That's crazy. Um, so while the Bulldog and Owen were on commentary earlier, they were both essentially challenging the Patriot for a match. Neither of them like wanted the other one to do it. They were like, "No, I'll go. No, I'll
I'll do
go." Like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, it was just like I you just wanted to just be like, hang up the phone. Like just hang up the phone.
You
Like,
swear. I no, you have anything you can do, I can do better.
yeah, it was very that.
Me. Yeah.
So So we find out that the Patriots tag team partner is going to be Ken Shamrock,
Makes
which
sense.
much to the chagrin of the British Bulldog, but it does make sense. They
Mhm.
still very much so have beef. Um, they have like what I thought was a more aggressive flag off than the flag off that happened last week.
Oh my God. The flags, I'm really it's crazy.
I know, and
I could feel the breeze from the
no, fully.
that
And
Owen
I know
unleashed.
last week you were like, I'm done with flags. I don't want any more.
I am. I'm canceled. Flags are canceled. I can't do it anymore. Like
Take your
I
patriotism and stick it somewhere else.
no,
I can't.
no, really though. I need someone to play capture the flag. I need them to be taken. Kamishi
Mhm.
Slaughter, get out here.
I thought the Bulldog did a great job during this match, like fearing Ken. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
really like went out of his way to like if Ken was getting tagged in, Bulldog was not.
He was like,
He was, and at multiple points he was like full out just running away. And I'm like, if you want to make some guy look like the guy, that's a great way to do it.
I love that too. I love that he's making him look like the guy. I think that's sweet. But this is why I get irritated with the Patriot. I don't know what it is that makes me so mad about him, but it's like, why are we acting so scared of this man? He literally just got here. I
Just got
just
here. I
I
I
just
agree.
don't get it. It literally it takes me out of it because I'm like, I don't understand why anybody cares about you. I'm sorry, that was really harsh, but like
No,
I
no, no.
really
No, I
I
get it.
watch and
Say
I
your
get
piece.
like deadpan inside. I'm like, I do not care about you and I don't know why. Like you get to come in here and he has that moment where like Ken is getting like his, his ass handed to him, whatever, and then he like tags in the
Oh,
Patriot
he
and he
gets
has
the
the
hot
moment where
tag.
he's like,
Yeah.
yes, the hot tag. And he's like, bah, bah, and he's like taking out Owen and the British Bulldog
Mm-hmm.
like and they're like acting scared of him and I'm like he literally who is this man?
Right.
I don't get it. I don't
Right.
get why he gets to make a fool of the British Bulldog Bret Hart, like the upper echelon of I already spoke about this last week, but
No, go off. I get it. It
it
doesn't.
makes me so angry. I literally lose complete interest anytime he's in anything because I'm like I don't care about you just because USA.
It just very like much so feels like we need a title match. Meh. And you're like,
Yeah, like, and it just feels, because it's opportunistic, which I don't fault them for taking that opportunity of like
right.
everyone. It's like if it's Canada versus America, we need like maybe an American hero to rise up. I just feel like it could have been somebody else who's already there, somebody else with a better story. Like, I don't know. It just,
Mm-hmm.
and the Patriots had a bad wrestler. I just don't care about him.
I get it. I fully get it.
It's
And I don't
tired because
disagree.
how long does this gimmick last? Again, it's like, what are we gonna do? Put him against like every like quote unquote foreign
Right. Entity.
enemy?
Yeah.
Yes, it's like so stupid. I don't know. Sorry, that's just how
No,
I
no,
feel.
I'm with it. So Bret Hart makes his presence known. He comes out onto the ring, or to the ramp rather, and I thought this was like a like good match. As far as like Monday Night Raws go, we usually kind of like, especially lately, a lot of matches are very short.
Mm-hmm.
And something always happens, which it does, but I thought they did a good job of like actually giving us a match this time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Brett at one point starts making his way downtown, and Sergeant Slaughter says, Mm-mm-mm. I
Mm-mm.
don't know where you're going. I don't think about it. So while Brett and Slaughter are, mincing words on the ring ramp, Owen and Ken Shamrock are mincing words in the ring. After Owen had brought in a steel chair, threw it in the ring, he goes on to the front to get in Ken Shamrock's face. So they're feuding. The Patriot manages to slam the Bulldog on the chair, gets the victory. The Patriot wins. Yeah, yeah. So
And I kind of love that only because it's like this is your hero. Just so you know, he'll also use the chair.
no,
Just
yeah,
so you know. Just so you
100%.
know.
Next we get a video package of Brett returning to Canada. It went exactly how you think Brett returning to Canada went.
Crazy.
Yeah, they love him. National
Obsessed.
treasure.
It's okay.
Next we have a very quick promo for Mankind, basically just telling Shawn Michaels that he better have a good life insurance policy because his liver is going to end up like in his mouth. Um,
Love.
Followed by a even quicker Patriot promo because he gets his ass handed to him by Bret Hart, who sneaks up behind him
Love.
with a steel chair, wallops his ass, and then of course gets separated by officials or whatever.
Hmm.
Next, we are treated to a continuation of, I guess, this feud of Farouk versus Chains. So the Nation of Domination versus the DOA. Chains takes off his bandana for the first time. Turns out it's not attached. His hair is not attached to the bandana. It is just a tragic hairline.
Yeah, I wish literally I'm not kidding you. He took off his bandana and I was thinking this. I was like, oh, he shouldn't have done that. Like he actually should have left that in place. And Xavier goes, I feel like he shouldn't have taken the bandana off. And I was like, I swear to God, you just read my mind. because it wasn't a wig as we had previously maybe ventured. It's
Hmm.
just his hairline is running scared from his eyebrows. And that's not his fault. It's okay. It
Hmm.
happens to the best of us, and there's no shame in that. But it did just take me off guard.
No, 100%.
And that's
Um,
fine. There's still no explanation on the Nation of Domination and why they kicked out Ahmed,
no, not
but
not even a
they
little bit.
said they said call the superstar hotline if you want to know the truth, and the number is obviously no longer active. And even if it was, you think I'm calling now, and they're gonna be like, "What?"
No, literally, they'd be like, use Google.
They're gonna be like,
Like,
"Oh," like
uh-huh.
could you imagine? I was just they're like, "Do you want to talk about like the bloodline or
You'd be like,
Cody
no.
Rhodes?" And
You
I'm like,
think
"No,
there's
no, no,
still a
no,
superstar like call line? You think they're still doing
no."
that in
I
2024?
swear to God, no. You
You
can
could
just
just
like
tweet your
I was gonna say you
favorite
can write on
wrestlers.
their
Right.
Instagram page hag. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, but literally we just no explanation. The nation obviously doesn't come out with him because Kamishi Slaughter was like absolutely not. Everyone stays in their designated zones. Only one hog chains came out like
which
on
is
his
all I
little
can take. Just
bicycle.
give me one. I can't do the
One's fine.
brigade.
I'll do one, but yeah, it's the parade brigade that really does me in. But
Hmm.
even so, it's like if it's just you and your friends aren't coming out, just walk. Like what?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know what
It
Ahmed
was
did, but
no idea. It was announced that Ahmed was re-injured in that attack, so Lord knows we're gonna see Ahmed Johnson again.
so
Um,
sad.
which real sad because we got him back for like three
Five
weeks,
minutes,
and
yeah.
then he was like, "Okay, bye," and
And
I'm
he
like,
really committed to the NOD. I mean, he had his custom little collar made.
"No,
He
fully."
had
He
his
he
his
said all
fit.
black. He dropped the
Knee
red.
pads. Yeah, swear. I like all black everything and just got the boot. I can't
Hmm.
believe it. Still don't even know
No,
why. Crazy.
absolute insanity. I thought this match was pretty good back and forth. It goes to show like just how big both of these people are.
Big, big,
At one
big.
point, the ref gets knocked down, and Chains goes for a pin and really would have gotten the victory, because he was down there for a hot minute.
A
He could have
hot
counted to
minute.
10
I
realistically.
swear.
When Rocky Maivia comes into the ring, and we're like, "Oh, hey, been a minute. Where you been? What's up, guy?"
It's
Um,
happening.
and he goes and like looks at the ref like for like a hot sec. So he fakes us out thinking like he's doing the like the good guy shtick, just like checking on the fallen, whatever. No, no, turns around, essentially gives Chains the rock bottom, or what will be known as the rock bottom, and officially joins the nation. We have been waiting for this. I have been waiting for this for
I
way too
I knew this was coming
long.
because
Hmm.
obviously there's some spoilers you just can't avoid.
Right.
But I was like, this is literally the moment we've been waiting for. I could not believe it just happened, like right in front. I was like, is this really happening? First of all, he looked amazing. I love that little pinstripe shirt moment he was wearing.
Hmm.
Still loafers, but no socks. I don't remember. Was that a 90s thing I
Yes,
just
it was.
immediately
It very
deleted
much
from?
so was a thing. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Hmm.
Never let that happen again. Gross.
Very much a thing.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
I
know
must have just
fashion's like secular, but we don't need to do
not
that.
that one. I must have just like control alt deleted, like task manager open,
No,
permanently closed tab.
fully
No, no,
delete.
no. I black that out. But
I don't
anyway,
want that.
no, no, no. And I'm so excited because it's not just him joining the nation, it's new finisher, new like group, new lease on life. Like we're getting
Hmm.
like I'm
We're
so
dropping
excited.
Rocky. We're getting the Rock.
The Rock. Oh my God, I can't believe it's happening because anytime I talk to somebody about the show, they're like, "Oh, The Rock." I'm like, "We haven't gotten there yet." Like
Hmm.
he debuted as Rocky, the people hated him. And it's funny, people forget that he was a baby face when he first came in. They're like, "Oh, they hated him cuz I was just having this conversation with somebody. They're like, "Oh, they hated him cuz he was a heel." I go, "No. They hated him just for being alive." Like they
Yeah.
literally he came in as a baby
They said,
face
why are you even
and
trying?
they said die Rocky die for no reason
Right.
and then he was like okay
Oh.
I died and now I'm reborn as you have the
I,
hair now I don't have it anymore so now you have to take responsibility for that and it's the mantle is very heavy but I trust you
thank you, thank you.
um but I'm so excited for this because again like we've been waiting for this for a long time but it's like new finisher new group new attitude
Love to
pun
see it.
intended like I'm I'm so excited for like what they're gonna say about this.
Me too. Very, very
Obsessed.
pumped.
Crucial part of the lore has just been locked into place. One
100%.
Infinity Stone for the Attitude Era has just been locked in.
Yep, absolutely. We get a kind of like it cuts to the Nation in their locker room, and they're basically, I guess having a war meeting or whatever they're doing. When the cameras try to rush in and be like, try to get a word, try to get something, they're like, get out of here. They say,
Yeah.
get out of here. And
Get
as
out.
soon as they kick the cameraman out of the room, the camera turns and here comes like Chains trying to break down the door, then the rest of the DOA coming through, the two Bopsy twins and Crush just and they can't do it, which is crazy because you're trying to tell me that 4 7 foot 300 pound men can't break down one door.
And they were like things, like they had chairs, weapons, but like they had stuff. When Chains came running in, he was holding something. I didn't even know what it was.
100%.
Like a mic stand. I have no idea, but I was like, okay, so like it's Armageddon.
Right.
It's the Chicago street fart.
The Chicago street fart.
It's the Chicago street fight part 2. But
Amazing.
it didn't happen. One black door thwarted them.
Bully. Oh well.
Thwarted them.
And that's why I don't care about that.
Period. I don't know why everybody else does. I'm so sorry. Everyone loves them when they come out. They're like, "Woo!" And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm so sorry. I don't mean it to be mean. I just doesn't hit for me.
Fully. Yeah, it's like okay. What does hit for me though is Sable. Sable coming out and just looking like real like dominatrix. She said leather from head to toe.
She looked like they dipped her in latex. That's how like it was to the body.
She said felt.
It's literally and it did. The best part is it was so form-fitting, but she could move in it. Like she didn't look stiff. She didn't look like what she was like Catwoman.
Fully. Love to see it.
So incredible.
The commentary team is planting the seeds that Sable's success is causing some jealousy in her relationship. So
which I will say is kind of funny because we never see her anymore.
No.
Like literally. We rarely see her, and I know we're gonna see her more, her a lot more of her. But it's crazy because it's like objectively, it's like, okay, Mark Mero's not wrestling at all, so we're not thinking about him. But you do have Sable come out, and she looks gorgeous. So naturally, we're just gonna be like. Right. And I know that even when he was wrestling, we were still like at Sable.
No, fully. No, 100%.
But I'm just saying, like, also he's not helping his
We're like heat-seeking missiles, really.
And yes, and you can check the tapes, and it's always been this way. But I'm just saying, like, he's not helping his case by like being completely MIA all the time.
No, not at all. No, just okay. What's your mouth don't work? Well, we're done with these phone calls that we've been doing for all of 1996. What are we doing?
Swear that like. I don't know, because also it's like you're complaining that this is happening, but also like, what are you doing to fix it? Correct. Except complaining, yapping. And I love to yap.
Yeah.
Yap all day 2024 is my saying.
No, 100%, but yap with a cause. Yap with a reason. Like, give me something.
Even if the reason is just to yap, but you're not even yapping.
Right. You're giving me nothing. So what did you expect? Next. This chalk it up to another reason to dislike the Patriot. He comes out. Sable's out here. We are supposed to be delighted to her being the special guest ring announcer, which means we were supposed to get approximately 10 to 30 more seconds of screen time with Sable. And the Patriot comes out and is like, remember Bret Hart?
Not very patriotic of you, by the way.
Not in my book.
Stealing a mic and shoving a woman aside. How dare you?
Actually,
wait a minute. Actually, wait. We just did that so well that my computer just asked me if I was playing music. It goes, playing music? Question mark.
It's like no, just
being horrible.
Right.
Just yapping.
Ooh. So the Patriot comes out and he's obviously pissed. He's like, Bret Hart, if you want to prove the kind of man that you are, or that you say you are, and the kind of champion that you say you are, why don't you come out here and face me face to face instead of attacking me from behind? Again, valid points. Still don't
Fine.
like you. Valid
Sure.
points.
Sure.
Bret comes out, and then they just start beefing in the ring. They just going at it. They said, rare.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Hart Foundation comes out as per usual. All four of them, and they just start beating on the Patriot. They at one point they're just choking him with a flag,
Mm-hmm.
just choking him with a flag, and then it has to be broken up by 8,000 officials once again.
Yep.
Yep. No,
And
that's
that's that. And I hate it.
mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. We get a Brackus promo once again, and it's just another Brackus promo, but I think they're trying to put him as a challenger for Vader. I did
Well,
see Vader's name in the
yeah, my subtitles tried to like started translating it at first, and I was like, "Oh, okay, am I finally gonna figure out what this guy's saying?" And then it just said like Vader and then inaudible dialogue. And
right.
I was like,
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so I still don't know, but Vader's name was indeed mentioned, yes.
It is also mentioned that Jerry the King Lawler will be wrestling in ECW's Hardcore Heaven
God.
97. He will be taking on Tommy Dreamer, which I think is just fantastic.
Wait, Hardcore Heaven 97?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
That's the name of
They
the
have the
pay-per-view.
best names.
LOL,
I,
would you like to make that an After Dark?
yeah, probably. I mean, I just love them so much. I like Hardcore Heaven 97. That's like a band name or
I
an
love it.
album name or
So good.
something. I
Yeah.
Paul, they'll never hate you, Paul. They'll
They'll
never
never
make
make
me
me
hate
hate you,
you.
Paul. They'll never make
I
me
know
hate
you've
you.
hurt people, so have I.
So have I. I I am not without sin.
Let he who is without sin cast the
Cast the
first
first
stone.
stone.
But it will not be in Hardcore Heaven 97.
No,
It
absolutely
won't.
not. So next we have our main event. It is Shawn Michaels coming back from injury, drama, whatever, to
Scalping.
to finally come back to the wrestling ring.
And
Love to
he
see
came
it.
back with a bang,
No,
mama.
love
He
to
came
see it.
back. I was shocked by how quickly and crazy this got. Like,
Oh, love to
immediately
see
was
it.
just like, we're outside the ring, against the stairs, on the table, on the rail. Like,
Bonkers. Mankind
immediately.
comes out with a trash can.
Uh,
Not a
uh,
hardcore match, not a no disqualification match.
just
What are we doing?
he's taking
Comes out
out the
with a trash
trash.
can. Shawn Michaels uses it, as is generally the case when Mankind comes out and brings things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he at one point back body drops Mankind onto the King. Like the commentary team is still there, like all just sitting pretty, doing their job. Fully drops a 300-pound man in their lap. They said, for you.
Like, they were not expecting it either because the way, like, Jerry did not, like, survive the blast, and
Mhm.
Vince and JR got out of the way, like, at the last second. Like, the last
Last second.
second.
Last second.
Everything was still on the table, so he
Everything was
hit
still on the
the
table, which is crazy.
monitors, the
And
mics,
the
everything.
crazy thing is, Shawn Michaels follows it immediately with an elbow drop from the apron onto the desk with all of their shit still on top of it. I'm like, yo, you're gonna hurt yourself. Like,
Yeah, like, he just got back and he's, like, going to injure himself again.
no, 100%. At one point, Shawn Michaels slams Mankind's head into the ring post, like repeatedly, like grabbing him by chunkfuls of hair and just slamming his head into the ring post. And you're like, holy shit.
It was
Like
crazy.
at one point, JR goes Concussion City and Mankind's the
Concussion scene.
mayor. And I was like, oh.
Which is, it was so funny too, because it was just like there was silence, and then JR just goes, "It's Concussion City, and Mankind's the mayor." Like, I don't know, in like silence. Like, it was just so great. Love that
Stupid.
man. Love that man.
Next, Triple H and China make their way down, and at first we're like, who are they there for? Because we're like, we know he's got beef with Mankind, but like Shawn's been promising some big insurance policies.
I'm
So,
saying this through because at first, because again, I know this part of the lore. I know that
mhm.
I know what happens. But at first they were walking out and I was like, what? And then I was like, and Xavier was like, uh-huh. And I was like, no. And again, the second Infinity Stone locks in to the place of the Attitude Era.
Love it. Love
I
to see
can't
it.
believe this is happening today of all
Today of
days.
all days.
The
Uh
veil is thin and the people are coming together in all the ways that are exciting. I'm just like really overwhelmed and thrilled by this.
What a
Sorry, just like
yeah,
screamed into
no,
the mic.
really fantastic. So they make their way out. We're like, okay, cool. So,
Hello.
they're being foreboding on the outside. The commentary seems like, hey, what are you here for? And of course, they're ignoring them. And then so Mankind and Shawn Michaels keep going at it. Mankind's mask gets ripped off. Shawn's like beating him with the mask, as you do.
Hmm.
When Rick Rude makes his return. Rick Rude, ravishing Rick Rude, he's wrestled both in WCW and WWF. He kind of is one that goes back and forth quite a bit, actually.
Oh, okay. I've
So,
heard the name Ravishing Rick Rude, and I remember it because I love an alliteration. And also,
um,
I love the idea of using ravishing and rude in the
mhm.
same.
Well, he was, yes, love that. And he was um one a phenomenal wrestler known for his like 8-pack abs and really creative wrestling tights. So what he would do is like a
Wait, I
lot of
need to
times
see
to
about this.
mess with his opponents, like he would get like their face just like airbrushed onto his tights. So he has a match against like the Ultimate Warrior where it's just the Ultimate Warrior's face just on his ass. Like it's so good.
You're
It's
lying right
no, I'm
now.
100% telling the truth. And
We have to see that.
when
I
he
have to
won
see
the
this.
Intercontinental Championship, he had the Intercontinental Championship airbrushed onto his tights.
You're
So
kidding.
even when he wasn't like wearing the belt, he was wearing the belt. You know what I mean?
I
Yo,
am so obsessed with
you
this.
would actually eat Rick Rude up, I
I
think.
absolutely would. And
Yeah.
I have to watch. I
No,
have to
we
see.
will we can dive into some Rick Rude.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, love.
Because he's got some fantastic fits, I will say.
I'm obsessed
Um
with that.
so how this match comes to an end, China distracts the referee. Rude comes by with a steel chair. Shawn Michaels hits him with a sweet chin music, gets the pin, and baby, Degenerate Degeneration X is here. Or at least they're not officially named. I don't think they will be officially named for a little while, but the group is here, baby. The pieces are in place.
Girl, the Backstreet's back. All right.
So how
Which
great.
I so there was hearsay that because Rick Rude hit Mankind with the chair, and there was hearsay that he was like, I think he was trying to swing and hit Triple H, but missed and hit Mankind. And I was like, girl, Triple H was on like the other side of the ring. Like, what are you saying
Nah,
right now?
nah, nah,
I was like,
nah.
I know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe that The Rock joining NOD and the early phase of Degeneration X is like just happened right
Yeah, just
today.
happened
I
tonight. Yeah.
wasn't prepared. I
No,
wasn't prepared. Like
no, no, no. I was
the
tell ooh, so good. So good. I love
wow.
it. There's just so many like there's just so many we're just at the start of so many things.
I know,
It
and
just
like
it
because this
feels like the beginning. You know what I mean? I
because
feel like we just entered the fellowship. I don't know like why
swear this we were just walking. We were leaving the Shire, and this is
this
actually
whole
appropriate
time.
because it does take that long in the actual book for them to get
No,
anywhere.
100%. No,
We have
literally. Leaving
14
the
side
Shire is like
quests.
200 pages.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's and then like we talked to Tom Bombadil and
right.
then we're gonna keep
Fully.
like
Is
crazy
Dude
girl.
Love Tom Bombadil in this scenario? Because I feel like yes.
May actually yes. No, 100%. I mean, if he started like singing, well, the babes, yeah, no, this could we could in the lore, yes. He's the
Hmm.
closest,
Because
I would
I certainly
venture.
don't want it to be like rockabilly
Oh,
or
ew. Ugh,
right
no,
or
definitely
just
not
C
that.
James.
Definitely not that.
Like those are the only two like technical like musical characters.
True. But they don't have the
Talent.
girls.
Oh, I meant musical talent, not wrestling ability. They're obviously great wrestlers.
Oh my God, that just shocked me.
My apologies to Billy Gunn and to
No, they're
TJ.
great wrestlers. They're great wrestlers, but I'm not a singer either, girl. I
Oh,
listen. I'm
oh,
sorry. Can't wait for the you are me for real when I had long hair. I love how we've swapped places. I love this for you.
thank
You
you.
just
Thank
get
you.
a
Thank
new
you.
lease on life when you have long hair.
No, really, I really do want to just
A
like
demon has possessed me. That's why I had to cut
100%.
it off. It was starting to make decisions for me.
I get it. I feel it. I feel my ego just going.
I know. I
I
can't
feel
wait. Yeah,
like an Airhead commercial.
swear.
Um,
But yeah, this is like
Big
crazy.
T happened today. Big
Big
T.
T. We are like,
And we're not
I'm
even
like really
done.
excited for
We
us.
still have more tea. We still have
I
more.
so much more tea.
So after the sweet chin music and the win, the Undertaker's gong hits. The lights
Girl,
start flickering,
mama.
and the dead man himself starts making his way
And he's
down the
looking
entrance ramp.
good.
And obviously,
Boo.
and we think we're gonna get this confrontation. I know the Undertaker don't care how many friends Shawn has, does not care.
Obsessed.
He
He's like,
said
I'll come out there and fight five of you right now,
he's
even if it is China. Like, I'll even fight China.
right, 100%. He all he sees is souls. Um,
And that's so progressive of him.
love to see it. So then, as the Undertaker's making his way down, Paul Bear's giant head ends up on the Titantron, and he's like, "The time is coming." He's like, "The time is coming. Kane is coming, and you will burn in hell." The lights turn from the Undertaker purple to red. They start flashing, and then the episode ends with the entire upper part of the entrance ramp just being set ablaze in pyro, and the camera just zooms in on the flames, and you hear it. You hear the fire just like ripping, and you're like, "Oh my God!" Like,
Woo!
"Oh my God!" I
I
can't.
just got goosebumps all over again. When
It
I
was
tell you, no exaggeration, and even though that is my gig, I had full body chills at the end of this episode with the way
right.
this went. Like, because it was almost like
It was like
I
stimulation like overload. Like it was
swear,
like
and it was almost like when I can't, is it Jarrell is Superman's dad? I can't remember, where he goes like in the ship for the first time and then like the head appears, only it was like cursed Jarrell. It was like the head is
mm,
like your time is coming,
no
Gain is
fully.
like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was so crazy. And then the
Mhm.
flames, like, oh my God, on just a Monday Night Raw, like it
No,
was really giving pay-per-view energy. I
no
was not
fully.
prepared.
I love it. I
We
love
just
it.
we just got thrust into like
We are in the attitude
in
era.
Rivendell. Like I don't
We are in the attitude era.
I
It is
can't
upon
believe
us.
I'm like a little emotional.
I
Like
love it.
we really mean it. Like
I know. I really made us start way
but
back.
I'm glad you really like this really sowed the seeds in the perfect way because I really feel like I have the tools to venture
Hmm.
forth into the attitude era, though I know I'm not prepared for what I'm about to
No,
see.
no, nobody
At
is. But
least
that's
I can
okay.
like consult the pages and be like, wait a minute.
Right,
I
right,
know
right.
him. Like or
Right.
whatever. This is
Hmm.
harkens back to when I just feel like I'm so props. Amazing teacher. Everyone give Xavier his flowers. He's such a great educator leading me through and
So
showing me the
fun.
way. I'm
So
so
fun.
grateful.
But yeah, guys,
This
we're in the
is
thick of it.
this is thrilling. This is
Hmm.
so thrilling. I can't believe this just happened today. I know I
Oh,
said that 4 times, but I'm really shocked.
no, I
Can't
get
believe
it.
it.
No, listen, I was not expecting that many pieces to be moving. I was not expecting that many plot points to have advanced.
Yeah,
Um,
swear the chess game just went like
no,
all of a sudden.
fully. Love to see it.
Queen's Gambit.
Amen. All right, guys. So this has been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thank you for listening wherever you listen, watch, subscribe, all those things. Happy Halloween to you
Happy
all. From Bret
Halloween.
the Hitman Hart and Dude Love, we
Stay
will catch
safe
you
out there.
next time.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Hold on.